and how should SMEs use standards? Understanding and using international standards takes time and resources, which means more investment. However, SMEs do not have large resources, so why should a small company or an individual ICT professional be interested in understanding and then using these standards? Why to invest in them? There are a lot of different reasons. Let's try to analyse the main ones. Your SME can use standards as its business card, e.g. by enhancing credibility in front of its customers and presenting them with a standardised summary of SME's capabilities. Therefore, SMEs can use a standard for continuous self-assessment, which allows identifying team strengths and weaknesses, execute permanent improvements and manage risks. For assessment, to identify the skills and the competences which exist in the company and which are needed for the company's daily activities. To identify the skills gap in the company in order to be adapted to the continuous changes in the market and technologies. For recruitment processes, in order to create appropriate candidate profiles. Be able to request certain and clearly defined skills and competences. To prepare the job advertisements, to assess candidates' skills and capacities, etc. For training activities. Although SME staff mostly benefits from on-job training and practical learning by doing, rather than attending lengthy formal trainings, ECF helps to assess the skills gained through the practical training, as well as to create standardized learning programs based on on-job trainings. The key benefits of the possible ECF applications mentioned above can be summarized as follows. An internal and marketing tool to be more visible to both suppliers and users. Mapping skills and competence with the ECF is easy. Your company can assess standard ECF vocabulary and definitions of EN 16234. If any doubts arise, you can consult the ECF user guidelines. Check the official ECF website, where FAQs and answers are available. In addition, with ECF you can offer your IT services and products on the market using a common standard language, as doctors and lawyers do. Have a criterion for selecting staff which possesses needed competences. Qualify your offer of services and products to customers in national public tenders or with big corporations. Certify your professionalism with internationally recognized certifications. Enter into consortia together with large companies which are missing competences possessed by your company. In conclusion, using standards in micro and small enterprises means being able to compete with large companies and at the same time to cooperate with the big corporations.
Mr. van den Linden, in order to keep up with digital transformation and to succeed in an ever more digital market, many digital skills are needed. Capgemini has been working on the digital transformation of SMEs for many years now. Can you tell us more about your experience working with SMEs?
Yes, I can. Well, first of all, SMEs are of major importance to the European economy. 99% of all companies are SME. They make up 2/3 of total employment and they create about 85% of the new jobs. Those are created in SMEs. So you might not know them as well as you do the big brands. They are essentially important in every value chain. And what I like about SMEs is that they are always very enthusiastic, passionate about what they produce, whether it's a family-run business or a startup that grew larger. They are always very passionate and have a compelling story about what they produce. They're proud of that. They're also very busy, and I guess that's where the challenge comes for them in adopting new technologies to provide better services, improve internal processes, deliver or maybe even create new business models for the company. They are unaware of what they actually need to deliver on that opportunity, to build a solid business case and to implement on that business case, understanding what kind of competences and roles and who could then fulfill those roles in the company. That's a challenge, and that is where I think SMEs need support and where we come in as a supporter.
What, in your opinion, can help SMEs to acquire digital skills, and how do you think standards can be a reference point?
Okay, so I believe that can be in many ways. So first of all, I think it's good to distinguish that an SME has to develop the organization, prepare the organization, and then find the right human capital to fulfill the required role. So when you talk about ECF as a tool describing how, let's say, what competences are required, what roles contribute to those competences, that's where ECF provides a really good description and can help actually the organization to advance, because many of the SME organizations, they don't have an HR a department or officer, so they need some external knowledge on that side. On the other hand, if you have the plan and you know what you need, then you need to staff it with the right people. So how do you know if you have people in your organization that are actually capable of fulfilling those roles? Based on ECF, there are several assessments. Some of them are also open source tools, so that the organizations can actually assess whether people are fitting or close to a certain role and decide perhaps on re or upskilling. So that's second. And I think third, when you talk about upskilling or reskilling, you talk about training as well. Currently on the market there is such a huge offer on, for instance, take cybersecurity. There are many cybersecurity courses, but how do you know as an SME which one is a good cybersecurity course? And that's also where ECF comes in. It could be used, for instance, as a reference, or you could even develop quality labels based on the ECF to make it more transparent for SMEs and other users what the quality of that course is. So there's multiple purposes that ECF serves.
Do you know any practical examples of how the ECF framework has helped SMEs in acquiring skills or upskilling their workforce?
Well, I believe the ECF is a great tool for various purposes. It can help in competence assessments. It can help in describing job profiles, role profiles, even curricula. It can guide into required training. So there's different purposes for SMEs. And I believe ECF has been a great value add. It has proven that over the past years. And the whole ECF community can be proud of that. And I think Europe is ready for more ECF. And as a company, Capgemini is much committed to support that over the coming years.